From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.
Good day. This is Dateline Malacañang. Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Monday led the graduation ceremony of the first batch of Moro combatants who successfully completed the Bangsamoro Police Basic Recruit Course or BPBRC at Camp Pendatun in the municipality of Parang, Maguindanao del Norte Province. The graduating class of BPBRC Batch 2023-01, classes Alpha Bravo, Bakas Lipi, which stands for Bangsamorong Kapulisan Sandigan ng Lipunang Pilipino, consist of 100 trainees evenly divided between the Moro Islamic Liberation Front or MILF and the Moro National Liberation Front or MNLF with 92 men and 8 women. These former Moro combatants underwent a rigorous 23-week program that prepared them to carry out the crucial duties of the police force with a primary focus on enforcing national laws and the specific regulations within the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao or BARM. The integration of the Moro combatants into the National Police Force is part of the provisions provided by the Bangsamoro Organic Law or BOL, the Charter of the BARM. The BOL also mandates waiving the age, height, and education attainment requirements to facilitate the entry of MILF and MNLF members into the police force. While the new graduates will temporarily be appointed as patrolmen and patrol women in accordance with the decree of the National Police Commission or NAPOLCOM, they have up to 15 years from their date of entry into service to obtain a college degree. This requirement aligns with the educational standards set by the Philippine National Police or PNP for them to become permanent members of the police force. Let's listen to the speech of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. at the graduation ceremony of the first batch of Moro combatants who successfully completed the Bangsamoro Police Basic Recruit Course in Maguindanao del Norte Province.
Our DBM Secretary, Secretary Amina Pangandaman, and the other cabinet secretaries who are here today. Maguindanao del Norte Lone District Representative by Dimple Mastura. Our friends from the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao, headed by Chief Minister Alhaj Ahud Ibrahim. Armed Forces of the Philippines Chief General Romeo Browner Jr. Maguindanao del Norte Governor Abulrauf Makakua, Parang Municipality Mayor Kahar Ibay, National Police Training Institute Director, Police Major General Richie Medardo Posadas, Police Regional Office Bar Director, Police Brigadier General Prexy Tangawon, the most important group here present today, the graduating class of batch 2023-01, classes Alpha Bravo, Bacas Lipi, and their proud parents and family members. My fellow workers in government, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Sa lahat ng ating mga magiging graduates, magandang umaga sa inyo. Alam ko na matagal na ninyong inantay itong araw na ito at pinaghirapan ninyo ang training na alam ko naman na hindi madali. Kaya congratulations sa inyong lahat. Sa mga bumubuo ng Bangsamoro Police Basic Recruit Course Batch 2023-01 Classes Alpha Bravo, kasalo ako sa inyo ng mga mahal sa buhay sa kasiyahang naramdaman nila sa araw na ito. Kabilang din ako sa inyong mga kasamahan na ipinagmamalaki ang tagumpay ng inyong nakamit ngayon. Kaisa ako ng mga kapwa ninyong lingkod bayan na ikinalulugod at ang pagpasok ninyo sa serbisyo publiko. Higit sa lahat, kasama ko ang sambayan ng Pilipino sa tuwa at pasasalamat sa inyong nalalapit na paglingkod sa ating bayan. Siya nga pala, napakaganda ng pangalang napili ninyo para sa inyong hanay. Bacas Lipi or Bangsamoro Kapulisan Sandigan ng Lipunang Pilipino. Sigurado ako, ang inyong mga buhay ay maihahambing sa mga nakikita lang ng iba sa pelikula. Mga istoryang masasabing kapanapanabik, mga maaksyon, minsay nakakakaba at laging siksik ng aral. Ngunit sa huli, kahit anong paglarawan ang naisip ng tao, walang sino man ang makakapantay sa kwento ng inyong muling pagbangon. Sa dami ng pinagdaanan ninyo, lahat kayo sa kanyang-kanyang paraan, oras at pagkakataon ay pinili ang kapayapaan, katarungan at pagkakasundo. Tunay na malaking karangalan ang nakamit ninyo. Ngunit kaakibat nito ang mabigat na pasanin na responsibilidad na nangangailangan ng matinding pagsisikap. Ang inyong misyon ay higit pa sa paglilingkod at pangangalaga sa mga kababayan natin. Kayo ang tutulong sa pagsusulat ng isang bagong yugto para sa Bangsamoro tungo sa mas tahimik at matiwasay na kinabukasan. Kaya ang inyong pagsasanay at pagtatapos ngayong araw ay higit pa sa pagtupad natin sa mga obligasyon na nakasaad sa Bangsamoro Organic Law. Ito ay ang pagsasakatuparan natin sa hangaring maranasan ang tuloy-tuloy na kapayapaan at pag-uunlad. Napakalaki ng nakasalalay sa inyong bagong katungkulan dahil sa nasa kamay ninyo ang pagkamit ng ating patuloy na tagumpay. Simula ngayon, kahit saan man kayo italaga, kayo ay kinatawan ng kaayusan at pagbabago na layon nating ipamana sa ating mga anak. Mahirap ang daang tatahakin ninyo, ngunit natitiyak kong magiging mas madali ito kung tatanggapin at aalahanin ang 4 na puntong iiwan ko sa inyo. Una, kayo ay natanggap dahil sa inyong karakter at hangaring makapag-ambag sa ikauunlad ng Bangsamoro. Ang ibig sabihin nito, anuman ang inyong pinaghirapan at natamasa, ang inyong integridad pa rin ang susi sa inyong tagumpay. Sikapin ninyo ito pa rin ang manatiling pundasyon ng inyong trabaho at serbisyo mula ngayon. Pangalawa, tapang at determinasyon ang siyang nagtulak sa inyo upang harapin ang linggo-linggong pagsasanay. Ngayon na magsisimula na magsuot ang uniforme at magsilbi sa bayan, tiyak na dodoble ang pagsubok sa mga katangian ninyo. Sa pagharap ninyo sa mga bagong hamon, gawin ninyong inspirasyon ang inyong tungkulin sa mamamayan. Isa puso at isa isip ninyo ang imahe ng inyong rehiyon at ang ating bayan na may seguridad at kaayusan. Pangatlo, ngayon, dala-dala na ninyo ang bagong kaalaman tungkol sa pagpupulis at sa batas ng BARM at ng Pilipinas. Hindi dapat ito natatapos sa pagpapaunlad ninyo sa inyong mga sarili. patuloy na paglinangin ang inyong kakayahan at kasanayan nang tumaas ang kalidad ng inyong serbisyo. At ang pinakamahalaga, siguraduhin umuunlad rin ang inyong pag-unawa sa inyong kapwa at sa mundo. Hindi kailanman natatapos ang pagsulong at pagpapabuti. Kaya kailangan maging masigasig kayo sa pagtuklas ng pangangailangan ng taong bayan. Sa pamamagitan nito, kayo'y magiging tunay na modelo ng ating mga mamamayan. Ikaapat at panghuli, hanggat tunay at tapat kayo sa inyong mga tungkulin bilang miyembro ng kapulisan, buong-buo ang aking suporta sa inyo. Magkatuwang tayo sa pagsisikap na mabigyan ng bawat Pilipino ng payapa at masaganang buhay. Naniniwala ako na sa paglago ng Bangsamoro, yayabong din ang buong bansa. Mas madali nating makamit ang ating hinahanap na bagong Pilipinas. Muli, binabati ko ang bawat isang nagtapos ngayon, ang mga kaakibat na ahensya at ang mga kinatawan nito, at ang buong Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Muli, congratulations sa ating mga graduate at maraming salamat po.
You just heard the speech of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. at the graduation ceremony of the first batch of Moro combatants who successfully completed the Bangsamoro Police Basic Recruit Course in Maguindanao del Norte Province.
Dateline Malacañang.
As a testament of the administration's unwavering commitment to fostering a conflict-free Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao or BARM, Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Monday led the 10th anniversary celebration of the Comprehensive Agreement on the Bangsamoro or CAB at Camp Iranun, formerly known as Camp Abu Bakar as Siddique, in the municipality of Barira, Maguindanao del Norte Province. During the event, the President offered a wreath at the Marine Warrior Memorial to honor the courage and sacrifices of the 53 fallen Marines, soldiers, and combatants during the all-out war in 2000, known as the Central Mindanao Campaign. The Chief Executive also turned over the Certificate of Availment to 785 beneficiaries of the Department of Labor and Employment or DOLE, Tulong Panghanap Buhay sa Ating Disadvantaged Displaced Workers or TUPAD program amounting to 3 million pesos. This year's celebration, dubbed CAB, Isang Dekada Tungo sa Mapayapa at Masaganang Bangsamoro, revisits the historic grounds of Camp Abu Bakar, which served as a poignant backdrop to the ravages of the all-out war in the year 2000 as the first Moro Islamic Liberation Front or MILF camp and residence of MILF founder Ustad Salamat Hashim. Hosting the anniversary at Camp Abu Bakar underscores the milestones achieved in the Bangsamoro region, symbolizing a genuine healing and reconciliation for the future generations of Bangsamoro, with peace serving as the foundation for sustainable and inclusive development. Today, Camp Abu Bakar houses the 1st Marine Brigade Headquarters. On January 23rd of this year, the Master Development Plan for the site was officially launched, outlining a comprehensive strategy to transform the former MILF camp into a peaceful, progressive, and resilient community. Let's listen to the speech of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. at the 10th anniversary celebration of the Comprehensive Agreement on the Bangsamoro in Maguindanao del Norte Province.
Your Excellencies and esteemed members of the Diplomatic Corps who have been some of the most committed partners for the development of peace here in Bangsamoro and whose contribution to us arriving to this day cannot be overstated. The Presidential Advisor for Peace, Reconciliation and Unity, Secretary Charlie Galvez Jr., the Special Assistant to the President, Secretary Anton Lagdameo, who has been playing a special part in putting together and finding ways to make the Bangsamoro, for now the Transition Authority and eventually the Parliament ready for governance. The Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao Chief Minister Ahud Ibrahim, Minister Mohager Iqbal, the chair of the MILF Peace Implementation Panel, Maguindanao del Norte Governor Abdul Rao Makakwa, our friends from the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, my fellow workers in government, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. 10 years ago, our nation took a decisive step. And that step reflected the indomitable desire of the Filipino people to achieve peace, inclusivity, and prosperity. Today, I am one with the entire nation in commemorating the 10th anniversary of the signing of the Comprehensive Agreement on the Bangsamoro, or the CAB. The CAB is a testament to our collective vision for sustainable progress and harmony, not only within the Bangsamoro region and Mindanao, but all throughout the archipelago. As we gather here today, we have earned the right to make this claim. The gains from 10 years of peace have undone many of the pains that have been caused by decades of war. Kung dati ito ay lugar ng labanan, ngayon lugar na ito ng kapayapaan. Kung dati dugo ang dumadanat dito, ngayon kaunlaran ang dumadaloy. How are we able to transform a bulwark of resistance into a bastion of cooperation? The answer is simple. Dahil tinalikuran natin ang karahasan at piniling tahakin ang landas ng kapayapaan. Niyakap ang kasunduang walang natalo pero tao ang panalo. Dahil iginalang natin ang pinatupad ang CAB. But peace, once again, I will state it once again, peace is neither found in the documents that we have exchanged, nor the elegant prose of our agreements. Ang kapayapaan ay hindi lamang nakikita sa mga titik na talata ng mga kasunduan. Wala sa mga talinhaga o mababangong salita, kundi sa pagpapatupad sa totoong buhay. We knew that peace to our people will be found in the businesses launched, in the jobs that were created, the schools, the new hospitals that were opened, the farms that were irrigated, the roads that will be constructed. To us, there is only one peace, and that is when the bloody tally of war is replaced by the scoreboard of development. That scoreboard shows that peace is won and that the war is over. Peace is totally achieved not when the sound of gunfire has ceased. It is when the clamor for better lives has been met. A peace agreement is only as good as the people and the parties who will implement it. Because brave may be those who wage wars, but braver are those who seek peace and who win that peace. And the brave who won that peace with us are with us here today. And so with this, I express my gratitude to all our peace partners coming from the MILF, the security sector, the various government agencies and local government units, the members of the Bangsamoro Transition Authority, civil society groups, and of course, international community. I also thank and recognize all the peace-loving citizens of the Bangsamoro region. Your unyielding commitment lies at the very heart of our joint movement to achieve our shared aspiration of real, lasting, and sustainable peace and development. Let us continue to work together and march in unison as we implement our whole of society approach in our mission to uplift the lives of the people of Bangsamoro. As we embark on a new chapter towards reconciliation, which shall be bolstered by the fast approaching start of the amnesty application by the National Amnesty Commission, I am once again conveying my commitment to the normalization of the Bangsamoro communities, especially to the MILF and the MNLF members. Sinasabi ko nga, ang kapayapaan ay hindi nakakamit sa trabahong pagmadalian o paminsan-minsan lamang. Kaya noong Pebrero, dumalo ako sa pagpupulong ng Intergovernment Relations Body, ang ika-6 na pagtatagpo sa ilalim ng aking administrasyon. Kasunod nito ang pagdalaw ko sa Basilan upang masaksihan ang decommissioning ng mga baril at armas. Ito ay pagpapakita lamang na marami pa na gagawin para makamit na natin ang kapayapaan at kaunlaran na ating minimithi. This is not an easy job. It is not the work of a day. It is not the work of a month. It is the work of a lifetime. Ang mahalaga ay patuloy ang pag-uusap at paghahanap ng solusyon sa lahat ng hinaharap natin. Because that is how peace is forged, through the honest exchange of ideas. That is also how peace is made durable, by allowing all parties to speak with candor and openness. Above all, peace is achieved by working relentlessly. The crusade for peace and the cause of development should not hinge on whims nor depend on where the political winds blow. It requires a strong political will. And as President, I will exercise that strong political will for the success of the Bangsamoro region. Kailangan buo ang loob natin dito kasi marami pang trabaho nakaantay sa atin. And I also take this opportunity to remind you to exercise your right to suffrage as you chart your political future in the forthcoming first BARM elections in May 2025. This is the fulfillment of your democratic right to realize and achieve meaningful autonomy as is enshrined in the CAB. I urge you, safeguard those rights, empower yourselves, take part in our shared task of nation building. Hindi lamang ako umaasa na malinis at mapayapa ang halalang ito, pero higit sa lahat, ang bawat kandidato ay tangan ang prinsipyo ng Bangsamoro muna, ang Bangsamoro muna bago sarili. At titindig sa adhikain na better Bangsamoro. As your President, I reassure that you will have an honest, orderly, and credible conduct of the electoral process. Let this also serve as a warning to those who may plan to threaten and derail this upcoming election. Huwag nyo nang isipin yan dahil ang kakalabanin na ninyo ay ang pamahalaan. Instead, channel your energy to help build productive and thriving communities where citizens are offered wide livelihood opportunities and healthy living spaces. So as we forge ahead, let us dedicate our work to those who did not see the dawn of peace break. We each lost generations of good men and women, caused unnecessary grief to their families. We held back decades of shared growth when needlessly lost innocent lives in the crossfire. We do not consider our mission to have ended. The peace may have been won, but now we must work together to secure that peace. As we defend the gains that we have achieved, we will be vigilant against the enemies of peace. We will bear the full force of the state against terrorist elements. To those who preach the discarded and debunked ideology of dismemberment, the people will reject your selfish agenda. Sa ika-10 anibersaryo sa paglagda ng CAB, ipinangako natin na hindi na tayo papayag na dadanas muli ng kaharasan ang ating mga anak. This is at the core of our policies towards transformative action that brings genuine change to the grassroots, and this is the soul of the camp. Once again, our sincerest gratitude to all our partners in peace. May the Almighty continue to guide us in every endeavor. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Mabuhay ang BARM! Mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas!
You just heard the speech of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. at the 10th anniversary celebration of the Comprehensive Agreement on the Bangsamoro in Maguindanao del Norte Province.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Philippine National Police, or PNP, said a possible source of the deep fake audio of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has already been identified. In a news forum on Saturday, PNP spokesperson Police Colonel Jean Fajardo revealed that they have information on the source of the deep fake technology used to manipulate the audio recording of the president. Fajardo, however, said that the possible involvement of the source is still subject to investigation. Spokesperson Fajardo added that the PNP is already on the hunt to determine the possible location of the deepfake audio that was manipulated into the video. Fajardo stressed that whether this is intentional or not, those people behind this deepfake audio will be held accountable. Malacañang last week labeled the viral deepfake video of the president supposedly commanding the Armed Forces of the Philippines, or AFP, to act against a foreign country. The fake video was released amid the heightened tensions between the Philippines and China on the territorial and maritime disputes in the West Philippine Sea. The Department of Justice, or DOJ, has already directed the National Bureau of Investigation, or NBI, to hold accountable the persons behind the deepfake audio, which was manipulated and edited using artificial intelligence, or AI, and file necessary legal actions against them. The Presidential Communications Office, or PCO, also reminded the public to be mindful and responsible of the content they share in their respective platforms.
Dateline Malacañang.
Participants from the Philippine Navy, United States Indo-Pacific Command, or US Indo-PACOM, and the French Navy in the West Philippine Sea, or WPS, conducted maritime search and rescue operations on Sunday during the fourth day of the 5-day multilateral maritime exercise, which is part of Balikatan 2024. Ships that participated in the exercise were BRP Ramon Alcaraz and BRP Davao del Sur of the Philippine Navy, USS Harper's Ferry of the U.S. Navy, and FS Vendémiaire from the French Navy. Earlier, the said ships conducted division tactics and officer of the watch maneuver exercise to test the capabilities of the Allied forces to act simultaneously as preparations for the maritime search and rescue exercise. The collaboration between the Armed Forces of the Philippines, or AFP, U.S. Indo-PACOM, and the French Navy demonstrates the importance of multilateral partnership to ensure the safety, security, and preparations of the Allied forces in the WPS.
Dateline Malacañang.
In a related story, Two ships from the People's Liberation Army Navy, or PLAN, was monitored in the vicinity where the multilateral maritime exercise is being hosted in Palawan Province. According to Armed Forces of the Philippines, or AFP Western Command spokesperson Captain Ariel Coloma, the ships were monitored Sunday morning with bow number 578 in the vicinity of San Vicente, Palawan Province. The ship was positioned 7 to 8 nautical miles from Philippine, United States, and France Navy vessels that are participating in the multilateral maritime exercise. Earlier, the AFP monitored another planned ship with bow number 793 on Saturday but was not spotted on Sunday. According to Coloma, the Chinese ships did not conduct any challenges and there were no untoward incidents. Monday is the last day of the 5-day multilateral maritime activity in Palawan and the West Philippine Sea that is participated in by the BRP Ramon Alcaraz and BRP Davao del Sur of the Philippine Navy, USS Harper's Ferry of the United States Navy, and the FS Vendémiaire of the French Navy.
Dateline Malacañang.
A Chinese research vessel with the name Shenku still remains 90 nautical miles from the municipality of Baras in Catanduanes Province. This is based on the latest message of Armed Forces of the Philippines, or AFP Public Affairs Office Chief Colonel Cerces Trinidad, according to their monitoring Sunday evening. The Chinese ship was first spotted on April 25th with a distance of 60.9 nautical miles east of Rapu-Rapu Island in Albay Province. In a report by the Tactical Operations Wing, Southern Luzon, the ship was anchored in the said area on Saturday with no visible people in its main deck. The AFP also issued numerous radio challenges to the ship, but it seems that crew members ignored the call and stayed put in the area. However, the AFP will continue to monitor the ship's movement and have ordered nearby Philippine vessels to strengthen its monitoring and report on the clear intrusion in Philippine territory of the said Chinese vessel.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Philippines Department of Education, or DepEd, suspended its face-to-face classes on Monday and Tuesday for all public schools in the country. In an advisory, the DepEd said this was due to the Philippine Atmospheric Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration, or PAGASA's forecast. Temperatures will continue to rise in the country, as well as the expected nationwide transport strike. Instead, schools will implement asynchronous classes or distance learning. Teaching and non-teaching personnel are not required to report to their individual stations at public school campuses. However, all activities that was organized by regional and schools division offices, such as Regional Athletic Association meets and other divisions or programs at the school level that will be done during the said days, can push through as scheduled. But the school should make steps to ensure the safety of all participants. The order does not cover private schools, but can use this option to take the same steps.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Philippines Department of Finance, or DOF, will effectively start the implementation of a 4-day work week starting Wednesday, May 1st, to lessen the burden of their employees on their daily commute in Metro Manila, as well as the extreme heat currently being experienced in the country. This was announced by DOF Secretary Ralph Recto on the anniversary of the agency this week. Guidelines for the said 4-day work week will follow in the coming days as to how the new schedule will be implemented for all employees of the agency. The Civil Service Commission, or CSC, earlier stated that government agencies may implement a 4-day work week so as long as the 4 days of work will accumulate 40 hours a week or an equivalent of 10 hours of work per day and will not compromise its service to the public. The CSC in 2022 released its regulations on flexible work arrangement for government employees.
Dateline Malacañang.
Hot, humid, and dangerous levels of heat indices will persist in a number of areas in the Philippines on Monday. According to the heat index forecast of the Philippine Atmospheric Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration, or PAGASA, 36 areas will possibly experience heat indices of 44 degrees Celsius or higher. The highest forecast of 47 degrees Celsius heat index is expected to be experienced in Dagupan City in the province of Pangasinan. PAGASA warned that under the danger level, there will be a high probability of heat cramps, heat exhaustion, and heat stroke. Besides Pangasinan, a heat index of 45 to 46 degrees Celsius is expected to be experienced in Lawag City in Ilocos Norte Province, Bacnotan in La Union Province, Apari and Tuguegarao in Cagayan Province, Etiague in Isabela Province, and in Baler, Aurora Province. In Metro Manila, a heat index of 42 degrees Celsius could possibly be recorded in Quezon City, while 43 degrees Celsius in Pasay City. On Sunday, PAGASA reported Zambales Province to have recorded the highest heat index so far this year at 53 degrees Celsius, classified as extreme danger. Heat index is the apparent temperature felt by the body, taking into account relative humidity, which is defined by experts as the measure of how much water vapor is in a water-air mixture compared to the maximum amount possible.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Philippine Consulate General in New York over the weekend reported that the incidence of pandemic-fueled hate crimes targeting Asian or Filipino immigrants has died down in the state. Philippine Consul General in New York, Senen Mangalili, said, "Hate crimes in general still exist, but those targeting Asian immigrants are not happening anymore." Mangalile said this to visiting Filipino journalists at the Philippine Center in Manhattan, adding hate crimes are just regular hate crimes that's driven by the mental health issue of the perpetrators. The coronavirus pandemic, which brought the world to a halt in 2020 until it was declared out in 2023, fueled rhetorics blaming Asian immigrants for carrying the disease into the United States. Such misinformation spurred a rise in racially based attacks. At its peak, a 2021 Stop Asian American Pacific Islander or AAPI hate study said Filipinos ranked third among Asians who experienced hate incidents and crimes, trailing Chinese and Koreans. According to the 2023 U.S. Commission on Civil Rights report, assaults in New York State, formerly classified as Asian hate crimes, reached 31 in 2020 and rose to 140 in 2021. Of the total, 131 happened in New York City.
Dateline Malacañang.
And finally, the National Irrigation Administration or NIA said several stalls under the kadiwa ng Pangulo of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. have sold for 20 pesos per kilogram of rice in the Bicol region during its launching on April 25th. In a statement, the NIA said that it launched Kadiwa ng Pangulo at its Albay Catanduanes Irrigation Management Office or ACIMO in Ligao City, Albay, where the 20 pesos per kilogram of rice is sold to residents. Among those who were prioritized to receive the 20 pesos per kilogram of rice are members of the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino program or 4Ps beneficiaries, elderlies, and persons with special needs. Regular customers, on the other hand, were able to buy rice at 35 pesos per kilogram. Aside from affordable rice products, the NIA said that different fruits and vegetables, some delicacies, and other farm products were also sold at the Kadiwa ng Pangulo at very affordable prices. The NIA added that it supports the government's initiative to help irrigators associations or IAs market their goods directly to consumers and to make food more accessible and cheaper for the less fortunate individuals. The NIA emphasized that it remains committed to increase rice production towards the realization of the Bagong Pilipinas or New Philippines that is envisioned by President Marcos.
Dateline Malacañang.
Before we conclude our program, we would like to invite everyone to come and visit our Facebook page and YouTube channel at Radyo Pilipinas World Service. You will be able to hear and view our Filipino and English programs, including news updates here in the Philippines. Kindly subscribe, like, and share our posts as well. And that concludes this edition of Dateline Malacañang. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this is Leo Magpayo. Good day and stay safe.
From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.